Hello, welcome to God Says Go. My name is Samantha, and thank you for tuning in with me. This is my green light to kind of explore and divulge something that has been plaguing my family since before I even was born. Um, Alcoholism, right? I'll say this early. This channel is in no way to bash anyone. This is just speaking my truth. And if in the process someone, is mentioned in a negative way, then that's just my reality. I love my husband, I love my family, and I am in no way trying to damage anyone. My intentions are pure here. I'm speaking here about these generational curses, and they have not been whispering at me, they have been roaring at me my entire life. And I've not always only been on the receiving end of it. I've also been a person who's been affected by it firsthand. My channel exists because I never had a chance to use my voice. I was never told it was okay to use my voice in the matters where it mattered the most. I was always told to be allowable. Like I just, it's permissive. I allowed things to happen. And I was only taught to survive, and I'm tired of that. Like, I want to speak about what has been afflicting me for so long, and so it boils down to three things, and that's the only thing I'll talk about right now. It's addiction, silence, and performance. I have my fan turned off so I can hear better because I've recorded this a few times without my real equipment, and the fan makes it sound awful. So if I'm sweating, then I'm human. Alcohol shaped me, like, since I was young. Like, I remember alcohol being at every party. I remember kids' parties turning into adult parties. Like, I thought that was just something normal that happened. And God Says Go is my escape from a vicious cycle of alcoholism. Like, it's vicious. Like, it's unrelenting. Silence kills you when you have so much to say. When you're forced to be silent, you have to swallow that silence, and you have to swallow it like a heartbreak. You have to swallow it like pain. Because when you have to be silent and shrink for someone, it kind of makes you second guess a lot of stuff about yourself. Like, you end up internalizing what you want to say, and at some point you get hard on yourself. And I was at that phase too, and I constantly get into that phase. So I'm never linear with this. Like, I'm constantly backtracking and all of that. So, like, this is my escape from that cycle that I was making for myself. Like, I'm bringing the uncomfortable shit. I'm standing on that shit. Because in my opinion, healing happens out loud. Like, I don't understand how you can hurt and bleed and sweat and cry so much and then not want everyone to be a part of your healing journey, whether that's what everyone considers to be acceptable or not. That's not my concern. God Says Go is spiritual to me. Not just in the name, but indeed. I'm being obedient to God by going through with this. This is not for views or beauty standards or anything like that. This is so I can put a bow on my healing. Like, granted, it's not going to be done, but it still attributes to it. Like, because being silent for so long about something that hurts you, it can fuck you up. Like, and it can come out in physical ways. I'm turning my pain into purpose. I believe that that's what God wants me to do. Like, I was confused for so long between love and tolerance. And now I'm only just now deciphering the difference between that, because nobody's presence should inspire you to shrink yourself. And I don't mean shrinking in a sense that, like, I mean, of course, we all have some type of a voice, and I would hope that you do, especially, like, in a situation as daunting as loving an alcoholic. But how quickly you can sweep yourself under the rug trying to prevent them from destroying themselves. Like, the thing that bothered me the most being married to an alcoholic is that he could just go to sleep and sleep away his transgressions from the night before. I had to feel all that shit because I didn't want to get drunk and forget about it because it would still be waiting on me the next day. So I was, you know, I was really ready to just, I don't know, we'll get into that another time. I'm getting a little too deep. But I did shrink myself, and I did shrink myself in a way that I never wanted to, but I was never I was never taught against doing that, like, and being that person. Like, I was never given a voice to share. Like, in my family, if you disagree with someone, that's a sign of disrespect, and that's insane. And I give my kids the validation that they need to know that they have their own, they are individuals, okay? And I allow my children to speak to me, and I validate them in the things that they feel. I'm learning so much about myself as the girl who stands on business because I was in the shadows for too long of allowance and submission. I was just, and I won't say that I was just a submissive wife because I am not a submissive wife. But I did do things that did cushion his rock bottom for him so many times. I get into that. But yeah, I'm not a wife. I talk back. And it took me, and I still do that. And like, I'm not perfect because, you know, sometimes biting your tongue only gets you so far. And like, my voice matters, you know. But then like, you get to a point where, you know, you're dealing with a person who's not in their right mind. But then you want your point across, but there's no rationality there. Like, they're not gonna, you know, understand your point of view or anything like that. I've not been a subservient wife. I've been a dartboard kind of, like, for him. Like, all of his stuff, he throws it on me and I just absorb it. Like, that's really it. Like, that's really it. I've been like a punching bag kind of sorts. I don't have to accept unacceptable behavior. I found a voice inside of me that I wanted to share with people. And that's not normally like me, but this is something that I wanted to always help myself do, because in my opinion, helping myself begins with looking at things that I can fix. And one thing I can fix is not being silent about shit that has afflicted me my whole life. Like, I'm not going to do that anymore. And I encourage other people to do it. My story is different from someone else's story, and I would definitely love to hear it. Like, I just know, I look on YouTube so much, and I see like an underrepresentation of the black community being represented as far as alcoholism, and it's not a turn up all the time. Like, I don't know, like how the music videos put it, but alcoholism is running rampant, you know, and it has been. And it seems like the only people who really talk about it don't look like me, and that's going to change as well. You can only fix yourself, like, if you have the courage to change yourself. And it just starts with being intentional. Like, I learned healing out loud comes with some goodbyes, and it's not out of a lack of love for anyone, especially my husband, who I love very much, but it comes with goodbyes so you can be more intentional with being present with yourself, because you lose so much of yourself. And a lot of the time, if you grew up with addiction and married into addiction, you're exhausted your whole life. Like, this is no new journey for you. It's just, I mean, like, you didn't marry an alcoholic by choice. Like, I hope nobody thinks that. This is something that needs to be broken, it needs to be faced, and it cannot be ignored. Like, that's literally it. Because if you ignore it, you're setting the next generation up to have to fight those demons. Nobody faced that shit before me. And that changes now. I believe strongly in my husband, but most of all, I believe in God, though. So, but, you know, at one point, I was going to just settle for the crumbs and the scraps that my husband was giving me in our marriage. Like, yeah, I mean, he provided, you know, as much as he could or whatever. He was, but to settle when you're a woman, you know, women, we're very complex. We have complex needs. And to neglect yourself, like, you know, it's not necessarily about, like God says go, it's not about go. Like, I don't mean get up and go. I mean, get up and, you know, you can sit down and go. Like, you don't have to be in motion to go. You can go and you can be more intentional about yourself. Like, I was gonna grin and bear this marriage, y'all, until like whenever, because I was, you know, so scared of being by myself. Like, I wasn't really taught to be alone. I'll talk about that another time, but yeah, being alone sucked. Like, being alone was like a failure, kind of, which sucks. Like, that's not true, because we were born alone. And we, you know, I have the company of God nowadays, and marijuana, shout out to that. But so more so, I just want to, like, I wanted to be a good wife, sickness and health type of thing, you know, like, and that always hit my mind. Like, if he's so sick, why would I leave him, you know, during the sickness? But my God, you know, if I'm sick, I'm going to the doctor. Like, you can't leave a sickness alone, but untreated. But, you know, I just wasn't ready to keep fighting that same. And God will not allow you to be comfortable in a situation that is meant to kill you, or not kill you exactly, you know what I'm saying? But you're not going to find too much relief in a situation that was meant to break you. Like, you know, it might not be bad 24/7, but my God, those bad moments are definitely noteworthy. So I don't know how long I recorded, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to use this video, because I've been doing this for like 8 days, y'all. Recording. I still don't know how to edit. So I do want to talk real quick about how often I plan to post. I'm hoping every 2 weeks. I'm not on any schedule here. I mean, like, I might post every day. I have no clue, because I'm in a new phase here where I realize that what I did before will no longer work. I cannot do anything that I've done before. I have to go a whole new route. And I mean, it's hard, but I made a promise to my kids, and I'm not gonna be the person who breaks my word to my children is my everything. And I'm not gonna stand down from this. Like, I know how weak I have been in the past, and it's not for not trying, because I've definitely been trying, and I've definitely been in a place where I've been trusting God more and more. But I definitely believe that there's a higher calling here that's at stake here. And if I continue to allow it to just build and take from me, because by God, it's taking a lot from me. I'll get into that later on, but I have to move on. Like, it's not necessarily ending my marriage, but it's ending a chapter of acceptance and allowance, and I just will not allow or accept myself to be treated that way. So God says go. I mean, you know, thank y'all for tuning in, and I appreciate you.